Both of the sons of Zebedee had a fiery personality. They earned themselves the nickname the Thunder Kids. It wasn't that they had anger issues. Most of the time, their expression of power was actually in the right. Like there was this one time when Jesus was planning to travel through an area, but the people wouldn't let him because of their own racist ideology. The Thunder Kids understood that they had access to power, so they suggested that Jesus allowed them to call down fire from heaven and consume the whole town. Fortunately for the inhabitants, Jesus let it slide, and he told the Thunder Kids to calm down. In a way, between Zebedee's sons, you might be able to argue that James was the more fiery of the two. When the government started cracking down on Jesus' followers, James was the first one sought and killed. It seemed that James had the most impact. He understood spiritual power. James knew that fire was not just his nickname, it could be his to command. This self-knowledge fueled James' involvement in Thursday night's argument. They had all gone to celebrate the Passover meal. And Jesus started talking about one who was betraying him. Instead of James being struck with the fear that it might be him, indignation welled up within him. He and a few others started arguing about which one of them was the most important of the disciples. James must have thought, it's gotta be me. Jesus knows my thunderous ability. He knows I have the most leadership potential. I can almost see James preparing to make his death blow point about how important he is, but then noticing Jesus get up from the table and taking off his outer clothing. The argument came to a screeching halt as Jesus grabbed a bowl and water and started washing the feet of the 12. I can imagine James thought, this is all backwards. This doesn't make any sense. The only reason that this hasn't been done before dinner is because there wasn't a servant available to help with the process. Jesus' Thursday night words were haunting. Let the leader be the servant. Do what I did. You call me master. The slaves aren't greater than their master, are they? I am James. I've lived my whole life watching power struggles. I've seen that the most eloquent gain the most influence. I've seen the most powerful make the most happen all around them. Do you know what I've seen? I've seen how the world works. But what Jesus tells me and James is that the kingdom of God does not work the same way that the world works. Things aren't going to be fixed by calling down fire from heaven. Jesus teaches me clearly that simple service is the way of the kingdom. Letting my own ambition be replaced by his mission, that's his call. Before Christ delivered the ultimate death for all, he showed me the little deaths that I must die. Deaths to my pride. Deaths to self.